of IT attachment, and for the 4 months I've been in Newsline Media nimekuwa nikilearn vitu mingi sana, one of which is web development. Sikuwa najua kutengeneza website ikae real, ikae like it can be able to interact with the user, but at least venye nimekuwa huku I can design a website, a full website, everything, unaona, plus the HTML and everything. And I've been also learning about graphics design. Nimekuwa nikijua more things about Canva, more things about Figma app, more things about Photoshop, like basically everything that deals with graphics. And nimekuwa pia nikijua mambo ya like last week tulikuwa tunaweka CCTV, cyber security, phishing attacks, that kind of attacks that happen in cyber security. And above all also I've learned about app development, kutengeneza app kama nilitengeneza app yenye a gym app that can enable someone to keep fit while at home. It's an app that can help you like according to your preference. Maybe for example, if you want to if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain muscles, like that, among other apps. So I can say that Newsline Media imenisaidia sana, na I'll encourage you guys wenye mna watch mkuje kwa wingi, mnaweza connect watu wenye they are around, even those who are not around, to come to Newsline Media, and I believe they will learn a lot. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Juliet Akinyi, a student from Mount Kenya University. Nilikuja Newsline September this year hadi November. Yeah, I've learned how to edit an audio, a video. I've learned how to use a camera. We've been doing podcast, PTC. So yeah, Newsline imenisaidia. And to anyone who is looking for attachment, as a kwambia ukuje Newsline is a good place. You'll be able to sharpen your skills. Yeah.
Christopher Ambua, a computer science student in Mount Kenya University, and currently
Blessed people, good morning. Welcome to the Mashup Wednesday edition. And as usual, I'm your host, Ogada Japheth, alongside
Nancy Wangari. So we are here live in YouTube. We are about to entertain you, inform you, we share everything. By the way, I want to know how's life after Madaraka. Were you satisfied with what the president said, with what went on? There were thing. Tell us in the comment section. So Jeff, take us away.
As I made it prior, we're going to venture into various stories happening right away, various stories yet to happen, and various stories that are being discussed online. One of them being the 7 suspects of the Tumaini Girls Academy dormitory fire were to be arraigned in court today. We're going to venture into that in the next 5 minutes, since we're still following the story, and many other, Ebola included. We'll venture with you. Never forget music at its peak. We're gonna give you every vibe, the new show, the new trending songs, and any other thing that arises in our desk. But meanwhile, for the next 2 to 3 minutes, Otile Brown.
Naitwa Ana Mudoni from Thika University and nasoma journalism and mass communication. Na nilivyokuja Newsline nimejifunza mambo mengi, kufanya editing, kusoma news, kufanya radio, kuhost show na vitu mingi. Sikuwa najua editing, sikuwa najua kutengeneza posters, lakini sasa najua. Mwenye natafuta attachment ama training, feel free kukuja Newsline Media, maana ni kushow uta gain si kitu moja bali mingi. Utafundishwa pia kuandika stories, utafundishwa mambo mingi, hadi mambo zenye ukufunzwa ukiwa campus, utafunzwa kila kitu hapa. Karibuni nyote Newsline Media Training Agency. Thank you.
Hello everyone, mimi naitwa Brian, mnaweza niita Brian Gishui. I'm a student in Mount Kenya University and an IT student. na as I've come to Newsline Media nimekuja because of IT attachment, and for the 4 months I've been in Newsline Media nimekuwa nikilearn vitu mingi sana, one of which is web development. Sikuwa najua kutengeneza website ikae real, ikae like it can be able to interact with the user, but at least venye nimekuwa huku I can design a website, a full website, everything, unaona, plus the HTML and everything. And I've been also learning about graphics design. Nimekuwa nikijua more things about Canva, more things about Figma app, more things about Photoshop, like basically everything that deals with graphics. And nimekuwa pia nikijua mambo ya like last week tulikuwa tunaweka CCTV, cyber security, phishing attacks, that kind of attacks that happen in cyber security. And above all also I've learned about app development, kutengeneza app kama nilitengeneza app yenye a gym app that can enable someone to keep fit while at home. It's an app that can help you like according to your preference. Maybe for example, if you want to if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain muscles, like that, among other apps. So I can say that Newsline Media imenisaidia sana, na I'll encourage you guys wenye mna watch kuje kwa wingi, mnaweza connect watu wenye they are around, even those who are not around, to come to Newsline Media, and I believe they will learn a lot. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Juliet Akinyi, a student from Mount Kenya University. Nilikuja Newsline September this year hadi November. Yeah, I've learned how to edit an audio.
Tilly Brown anasema tusubiri jeraha lipone 5 minutes past 10 a.m. and venye nilikwambia hapo awali, we're gonna venture into our first story, and in the next 1 to 2 hours the 7 suspects of Tumaini Girls Academy dormitory fire are gonna be arraigned in court today, and the verdict is going to be made because we really know yesterday was the hearing date, and according to their lawyer, I think aliomba bond.
Aliomba bond, the bail. So today, after the hearing, the prosecutor is going to make a choice whether the girls will be released on bail or they will be held in custody up to 30 days as investigations are currently going on. Juu wanasema the suspects, the witnesses are in different regions, and it will take time to kind of come up with everything put together. Now we do know that EKC may raise concerns, and everyone is, I think, invested in knowing what's happening. We want to see how this case is gonna go through. So a lot of things should be put into consideration, as unajua, we don't really know what happened. We are just relying on the CCTV cameras, of which you may raise concerns zingine. Privacy matters in this country.
Yes.
I don't know, mimi shule zenyu zilikuwa na CCTV ndani, and do you think that is a concern?
We used to have CCTVs along we could call them along the corridors, but not inside the cubes like the one we saw during the Matumaini Masaku investigation. You know, privacy matters, just like you said, and most of the students, we do take dormitories as our bedroom.
Yeah, we do. But it wasn't, I don't think it was inside that room, it was outside. Now I think we are overlooking something. Unajua kuna wasichana wamelala kwa hiyo corridor. That's not a cube. So meaning that school's infrastructure. Si mzuri. I don't know why people are overlooking that. Juu hiyo kamera iko kwa corridor. But kwa hiyo corridor, we can see beds on the sides.
Anyway, as we venture into the CCTV issue, do you think any verdict that will be made by the court will be favorable to most of the parents of the already gone souls? Like, is there any verdict that can be made today by the court that these people will feel like at least our interests have been cuttered?
I don't think so. Kwanza, putting in mind that still they are parents of the suspects. saying that their children can't do things like that. So we don't know. On the other hand, people who are grieving. On the other hand, there are parents who are worried their children will be prosecuted and jailed for no good reason. Like, they don't feel like their kids did that. So I don't think there is any verdict that could be made that will leave everyone satisfied.
You know, in Feb 2022, a former Moi Girls student was sentenced to 5 years in prison for her role in the 2017 dormitory fire that claimed 10 students. So like the student was 14 years old, and at that time of the incident, she was found guilty of 10 counts of manslaughter after the court ruled that she had started the fire in attempt to force a transfer. So like, in this case, utumishi, you know, there is somewhere I read the girl was also like trying to talk to the parents so that she could get a transfer from that school, but deaf ears, the parents were deaf ears, hawakumsikiza, and I think that was the reason.
But we do know there are several students involved. So that could be a reason for one student. Ndio maana wanasema their parents will say their kids are innocent. Juu kama huyo unaweza pata, okay, not all lighted the fire. Unaona
kuna yule mmoja ndiye alianzisha hiyo story. Ni kama huyu Saudi, the 14-year-old of Moi. Ni kama yeye sasa ndo alianzisha hiyo story, and they wanted mtu alianzisha hiyo story. So like hapa pia with these 7 students, I think they will get the person who started the story.
I don't think that's fair. 1 out of 7 going to jail. I don't think hiyo ni kitu ya mtu mmoja.
Kweli.
At least kila mtu atapata tamu zake kadhaa.
Ni sawa, lakini sasa kuna yule the main subject.
Main?
Yes.
Me don't believe that.
All 7 students walikaa tu chini wakasema ati tunafaa kuchoma shule leo. So unaona ili hit kwa akili ya mtu mmoja, akaambia mwingine akaambia mwingine, hivyo tu. Ikakuwa wenyewe.
But it was said the idea was conceived 3 hours before the deed. So those girls, but it doesn't make sense because they already had the ability na mafuta. So still there are so many things that are supposed to be investigated, so many witnesses. But I think there are story kadhaa based on that story. So let's hear what the court has to say. Whatever ruling they'll make, I think we'll have to go with that.
Talking of the possible outcomes that maybe might come today via the court detaining these guys for the next 30 days for an investigation, I think, according to me, reasoning as Jeff, not as a presenter at Newsline Media, 30 more days for an investigation, this actually mean we're gonna waste a lot of time. And I think we really have the real picture according to the CCTV camera that was produced by the institution. Which other investigation do you think will be made in the next 30 days that will be more conversant than this that we already have right away in papers?
That's tricky. Already we know this how things are run in this country. Utapata the evidence will be tampered with. The CCTVs coming to the next 30 days. Tutaanza kusikia ni AI, the CCTV wasn't really what it seemed, of which 30 days is a lot of time.
You know, even the Kenya Red Cross says since the start of 2026, 37 school fire incidents across multiple counties. So the main question is, shida ni nini kwa hizo shule?
Shida ni mingi. By the way, talking of that, so many schools at home right now. Lenana, a big school, Naivasha Girls, Kiangoni, all of them following this unrest in schools. Meaning, we have a lot to do as a country, and I think us extending that 30 days period to investigate just one matter inafanya we don't look into things. By the way, CS Murkomen did say in his statement, alisema sa shule zote ziwekwe CCTV. That's the only thing he came up with. Imagine. Na currently schools are girls and boys are going home. So I don't think that's worth it. There is a problem, and us extending the 30 up to the 30 days, we are not dealing with things at hand urgently. So in the first episode, I think we talked about what was wrong, like what we think is wrong, what needs to be done, and some of us did say to ban boarding schools, of which we looked at it, that reason corner, it's not really implementable urgently. So we need more reasons. By the way, instead, we have smart people in this country. I don't know why people are taking so long to come up with solutions.
It's our country, Kenya.
It's our country. Hey, I'm worried, guys. So Jeff, you take us to the next story.
Before we venture into the next story, you see, we've just discussed a possible outcome of today's verdict, and somehow we've left one behind. Talking of a possible cash bail, these people are gonna be jailed out if this becomes a possible term, you know. And maybe citing CCTV as per CS Murkomen, are we citing CCTVs to see the outcome of an inferno? This is a plot that was made, according to the CCTV, this was a plot that was made during the day, and the execution was made late at night, actually in the wee hours of dawn. So are we trying to mean the CCTV surveiller never had time to go through the CCTV right from the day he or she spotted such kind of a debate, and then he or she could raise an alarm before the execution happened? You see, because they record very fine that this thing was spotted during the day. Do you know when the real fire outbreak occurred? Around saa 6 saa 7 za usiku, around saa 6 saa 7 za usiku, meaning we had like almost 12 hours to go revisit our surveillance and be keen on the possible outcomes of what the meeting was about, you see, and maybe come up with a possible verdict. And maybe citing the frustrations that maybe could have led into this massacre. We're talking of students are complaining over change in examination dates. You see the possible reasons or the possible challenges that affect our boarding schools nowadays. A change in examination dates. And then Mara, they were influenced by a nearby boys school wenye tayari walikuwa wamechoma shule back then. These are possible things that we do live with, and they'll never reduce. You see, these are things that we really can't do without. Kwanza kubadilisha examination date, is that an issue?
It's not an issue.
This influence that occurred between them and the neighboring school, who channeled the conversation, because we're talking of a boarding school here, and I do believe this boys school too is a boarding school. Who channeled this conversation? Like, who was the catalyst behind this influence? These are people who should be in school 24 hours. Are you having me right? These are people who should be at school the whole 24 hours in a day. Include the weekends too. 24/7, these people are busy in the school. And then the institution is coming up to tell us that one of the reasons that could have led into this fire outbreak was an influence by the nearby school. It seems like we might be crucifying the 7 students, or the 9 students, I mean, for nothing. Then perhaps the mastermind to this plot was maybe somebody of a high caliber than just a mere student.
Lakini as for me Kenya naweza sema like ni sawa ku plant CCTVs in the school, lakini who is behind the screen, who is monitoring the CCTVs? Unajua at that time 12 am for example niko na mtu behind the screen anaangalia the CCTV cameras, whatever the school is happening, or angeona wasichana angi like kwa alert na I inform security guards, or you know, so like inaonyesha like CCTV they are planted, lakini there is no one behind the monitor. Wameka tu CCTV just in case kitu ifanyike, then they come and check the footages. You get? Me I think like CCTV ni sawa kuweka kwa mashule, lakini sasa kunafaa kuwa na mtu hapo 24/7 kuangalia hizo cameras. Yes.
I mean to okay.
Makes sense. But Jeff, talking about someone of a higher caliber doing the planning, I don't think we need anyone of a higher caliber to burn something down. Students are bright. Usiunderestimate our wasichana. Us having something, but Kibiriti was tricky. But I don't think that's a problem. Me, when I recall the number of times we sneaked in things that were not supposed to be in school on a weekend. By the way, we have to know where the school was located and how far was the neighboring boys' school. Because maybe I remember during my time, our high school, the next school, we were separated by fence. So if your class was in Gorofa hapo hivyo juu, unge communicate na watu. Now we could send them things. So I don't think that's a problem. I don't think they need that. But if there is someone, I hope pia yeye atalipia face the consequences, because I don't think it's fair enough for the girls. But by now we would have seen at least chances of someone being mentioned, of which bad. So I think it's the girls.
I wanna feel the pain of a bereaving parent. At the same time, I wanna feel the pain of an innocent parent whose kid is to be arraigned today. No, the verdict that's gonna be made today is not going to affect only this suspect, but the entire innocent family. You see, so I see any verdict made by the court today will sound a double tragedy to the Tumaini fraternity. They are still part and parcel of the school. I went through some remorseful moments yesterday. I saw a witness, let me call her witness, though a student at Tumaini Girls. She was accompanied by her dad while releasing a press to the media. And the kid was like, she's giving a whole narration of what happened. And I'm asking myself, couldn't you raise an alarm? You see, where was the matron all this time, these ladies? Because I saw them walking from cube 1 to cube, was it 7? Yeah, 11. Yeah. From cube 1 to cube 11. In the wee hours of the night, everybody is asleep. You see a group of 9 people walking, you can't raise an alarm as a matron. Or now since we've erected the CCTV cameras inside our dormitories, so the matrons are free to walk scot-free. I think our suspect number 1 in this case was to be the matron.
I don't think
not
there
the
is
student.
a matron.
I don't think.
There is no matron.
Hata kama matron pia alikuwa amelala.
And you know, in a dorm setup, us walking, mimi kutembea usiku, it's none of your business. I mean, you can't just tell me to go and sleep. I'm not disturbing you. Na uliona, they were silent until waashi hiyo kitu. So that's, you can't just suspect everyone every time. Umelala. So the matron is not there for, to now, she has not been mentioned. So it's just the girls.
Finally, as we want to conclude into this, our first debate of the day, I've seen maybe factors that could have led into a group of, I think the tally now is 20 death cases. Death reports, the tally now is 20. And one of the bloggers said that the factors that maybe in one way or the other could have resulted into this was the other door was closed, the windows seems to be permanent.
There was lack of water in the school also.
And then the main door that we could use is the same door that the 9 suspects used to set up the plan and closed the door immediately they were safe. You see. So this again brings us into a suspicious moment. In that one, during our time, I remember back then, every doorstep to our dormitories was ever open. Wide open, be it usiku, be it daytime. These doors used to remain open for any coming emergency. You see. And a very touching story appears. One of the students who died, actually death number 15. This lady was safe. At first she was very safe. And then again, she felt the pain of the rest. So she decided to be a Red Cross on her own. Coming back, transporting each and every student to their safety sites until the very last moment she came to rescue her loyal friend. And that's when the smoke
I think she went inside to save her two sisters, if I'm not wrong.
Sisters or
Sisters.
oh sisters?
Yeah, sisters.
Yeah. And ndo maana tunasema there is so many stories around these incidents. Pia asi hakukuwa na maji, pia other people saying that alikuwa na big blanketi anaoendea kwa maji. So okay, we have a lot to do. Let's wait for the DCIs, whoever is involved in this investigation, to do their work, because what can we do? We can't judge, and we are not really going to put anyone like tutaki kurisk mtu. By the way, coming about that, we do think those children, those suspects wako na nini, wana need protection. I think people out here are so outrageous about the incidents, so I don't think wakae tu ndani hizo 30 days. It's risky letting your kid out here after ameua watu wao wote, and hadi masura zao, I've seen clips kwenye watu wanajaribu kuonyesha masura. I think it's so risky, so wakae tu ndani for those 30 days.
Blessed people, let's not be quick into judging. A suspect is not a criminal yet. We really await the verdict that may come in the wee hours of the day. We're taking a short break. This is the morning mashup with Jeff and Nancy Akon. Lonely at the top. Music producer.
In a world driven by information, communication, and digital innovation, the demand for skilled storytellers, tech experts, and communication strategists has never been higher. From capturing compelling visuals to mastering the airwaves, from crafting powerful narratives to navigate in the digital realm, Newsline Media and Training Agency is your gateway. We bridge the gap between theory and real-world application, offering comprehensive programs designed to give you the competitive edge. Dive deep into IT solutions, become a captivating broadcaster, a compelling journalist, or a visual virtuoso in photography and videography, and gain critical media attachment experience. Our state-of-the-art facilities, combined with our passionate, industry-experienced instructors, create an unparalleled learning environment.
So my name is Brahma Lagina, and I'm an IT trainer at Newsline Training Agency. And what motivates me the most to work over here is the ability to see students transform their knowledge into practical skills. That by the end of this attachment that they have, they're able to use the skills that they've gained into the practical world.
Naitwa Lewis Mwiti na mimi ni mkufunzi ama ukipenda media trainer ndani ya Newsline Media. Media ni passion, media ni taaluma ambayo kweli naipenda, na wakati niko katika mazingira yake yani wanafurahi sana. Sasa hii inanipa msukumo, inanipa motisha kuendelea kufanya kazi ambayo inahusika sana katika Newsline Media, ambayo ni kushughulika sana na student ambao wanasomea masuala ya media katika wakati wao wa masomo ya nyanjani ama ukipenda attachment.
My name is Dominic Mwangi and I'm a media trainer here at Newsline Media and Training Agency. I love media so much and it motivates me because media defines who I am. It defines me, the work that I do. I love what I do and I have passion for it. And I also love giving out my knowledge. So that motivates me every day.
Okay, I'm Collins Tobiko, student from Mount Kenya University doing mass communication. For the last 3 months I've been here. The 3 month course has been good. I've experienced a lot. I've gained a lot of knowledge here at Newsline Media. Yeah.
I'm Zuhura, and I'm a managing partner of Newsline Media and IT Attachment Center based in Thika town, Zuhura Press. A Newsline Media and Training Agency was started out of passion to empower young people who had interest in media trainings and IT, whereby we do offer them the practical marketing skills. The reason why we started is because we noted that most of the students, whenever they are doing attachments, majority, I don't want to say all, but majority noted that they just do it because it's mandated from their school, just for them to graduate. And the bigger question was,
our role is to ensure, blessed people, you never lonely. We're right here with you from the peak of 10 a.m. think in the next 1.5 hours we're gonna bid you a farewell till tomorrow. But before we do that, we're gonna venture into our second story of the day. Ebola in Uganda. A total tally of around 8 cases already reported, and Kenya still pushing on, accepting victims of Ebola from the USA. What's the story, Nancy?
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So there's been so many cases in Uganda that are now confirmed, and us in Kenya, having said we are ready to receive the US citizens here for treatment for the facility that has been built in the Laikipia airbase, of which the court did hold that whole project, but our government doesn't recognize court orders that they do not agree with. So we are still, Kenyans are still so concerned because there's been rumors and people are saying that they have seen patients being dropped at the Laikipia airbase, and the government officials who are supposed to be in charge of those things say that they are in favor of that deal. And as we have also been told that the US government has said that they are ready to work something out with us, and if not, there are countries that are willing to welcome them. So guys, hakuna hope hapa. I think this thing is going to go through as always. So those who are ready to be disappointed, you are disappointed already, because I don't think we can do anything to stop this. There was to be a protest yesterday, of which nothing much happened. So meaning, I think Kenyans are losing hope, and they are now being okay with what the government is doing. So I don't know, you guys, what do you guys think about that?
As for me, naona like hii ni kitu haitaweza. Juu on our side, we also have our problems. We don't have facilities. SHA yenyewe ndio haifanyi. Ama SHA kweli inafanya kweli?
Haifanyi man.
Naona so like how should we deal with these things actually? Me as a Kenyan, naweza sema like I'm not ready to welcome those people.
But do we have a choice? Really? We don't have a choice.
We actually have a choice.
How do we make that choice like the reality? How do we go about that? Because the government has been doing things. But like kuko na mtu kama the PS, health PS, Auma Olunga said, for you to move a patient from DRC to the US, you have to pass through Kenya, because this is where we have direct flights. That is endangering many people. So why not quarantine them at the first stop? Mmesikia hiyo? Mmesikia hiyo? So amesema hata mkikataa hawa watu watapitia bado Kenya ndio waende US. So instead of them just passing, wameamua aje acha wakuje tu wakae hapa na sisi. Juu wanaona it endanger so many more lives, them having to pass through without any measures being put across. By the way, they also say when you are growing up, so about Auma Kenya pia alisema, he said we have many Kenyans traveling from the DRC, where we currently have 37 Kenyans in Ebola quarantine. They are not American citizens. We are working with the US to strengthen our quarantine capacity, and as we do that, we are taking in their citizens. So they're saying, in short, me, from what I'm getting from this, we don't have the capacity. So instead of us just building our own facilities and stuff, getting ready, we are taking advantage of that offer to bring in the US citizens and the funds they are using, everything they are going to provide for us to be able to cater for our Kenyan citizens here who will be affected. Here, there are already 37 Kenyans in Ebola quarantine.
37 Kenyans.
37.
Lakini as for now, I've gotten some updates here, and Trump health advisor Dr. Oz says we will be able to work something out with Kenya on Ebola facilities, but we have other people willing to welcome us. So like, if we aren't among those people who are willing, why are they like trying to build the facility in Laikipia? Shouldn't they go like to where people are willing, because they are willing with the open hearts? As we don't want those patients here, because we have our own problems.
They did say that at the advantage of them being in Kenya ni our geographical position. They'll be passing through Kenya to go to the US. So instead of that, them going to Uganda, we kind of disadvantage. So that's why they are choosing us, even though we are not willing to welcome them. So now already nasikia pesa ishafika. So guys, you better buckle up. This journey is going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
There were rumors as we were being concerned over the Ebola issue. There were bills that were passed by the president. So you go to emergency and stuff. So our president can declare a state of emergency. So anytime. People were like, anytime. So people were like, at the election speaker, they will say a state of emergency now.
Election
is so they were like, maybe the Ebola issue is just there to distract us. So there are so many things going on in Kenya, guys. And that's why I would say, I think Kenyans really don't have a choice right now. Adi watukana Murkomen na Moses Kuria said that if you are in favor of the Ebola facilities being built or not, two-term we must. So I think I should just quote him direct. He said, even if you are in favor of that facility being built or not, two-term we must. So you should deal with it. So you guys, me as I am right now, niko na kadi lakini I think njia ni moja. Tushachaguliwa njia. So guys,
uko kadi na uone kama kadi itakusaidia.
Sioni kadi tusaidia hapa. Ni mbaya guys.
And again, to make it more interesting and kind of challenging is that there's difference in opinion just among the US themselves, because US health experts have joined Kenyan activists and opposition leaders in opposing plans to host American Ebola patients in Kenya, arguing they should instead be treated in the US or near the outbreak source, and thus the proposal continues to face legal challenges and public resistance. So you see, majorly, I'm normally afraid of talking about anything that is in public domain, but just an opinion, because human is to opinion. I want to say everything planned is going to happen. And the other time during the second show of the second mashup show, I stated that in Kenya it's man for man, not the government for man. So even in as much as we're going to protest, because I see allegations over the protest is what's going on right away. We can't mandamano go hurt ourselves for the sake of a sick US coming into our country, you see. And again, the matter is not in our hand. We were represented. Hope you're having me right. Tulichukua kadi hivyo venye mlituambia back then. We casted out our votes. Don't want to talk of the outcome, but already we're being represented. And since no one can air our grievances as a group, we sent people to go speak on our behalf. And as at now, their say is we good to live with Ebola. I think that's why we are yet to cite a station in Laikipia. My question, because I heard you back then, my co-host, you said that you already have 37 reported cases of Kenya Ebola victims.
Yeah, that are in quarantine, not confirmed.
Where are they
Ebola
being
cases.
quarantined?
They have not really stated, but they're saying there are 37. I think in different places. I don't know. It has really not been cleared out where they are.
I see out of Kenya is a country that can't even deal with the cough or headache, is yet to battle the world deadliest disease ever, the Ebola. I don't really know how this is gonna happen, but I smell a national lockdown. I think this is what's gonna happen in the next few years or a few days to come. A total national lockdown, because sources say that Ebola is more worse than corona. And its transmission is quite rapid than any other disease that has ever occurred worldwide, you see. And the Standard has stated very well, take them home. That's the headline of today's Kenya's Bold newspaper. And just a short highlight, they say that some of America's leading public health experts have joined growing criticism on the Ebola quarantine center in Kenya as the opposition, courts and activists stepped up their resistance. So former CDC officials, infectious disease physicians and epidemiologists have warned US leaders that sending these exposed Americans to Laikipia would be a dangerous break from long-standing medical practitioners, raising profound clinical, ethical, operational, and legal concerns. So as President William Ruto defends the deal, the experts say citizens ought to be treated in the US as the source of infection. I think that idea is kind of right.
How is it right?
These people ought to be treated, if not in DRC Congo where they generated this disease, then take them home. At sometimes it's quite interesting to die home.
You know, for me, I'll stick with Muguna, whatever Muguna said. Ebola is the most lethal and contagious disease in the world. It has no treatment or vaccination. You know, so like bringing Americans who are exposed to Ebola to Kenya for whatever reasons, it's an act of high treason actually.
But if we don't bring them to Kenya, so are we to close boundaries of them coming to Kenya to go to the US? So we should close the boundaries.
A few days ago, Uganda closed their boundaries, and right away I'm hearing that almost 9 reported cases have been reported there so far.
Actually 15
cases. That's a lot, by the way. But I don't know. I feel like this whole thing sounds, I don't know, it's tricky. Do you know there is a clip going around in the social media of a person maybe in the DRC saying, yeah, just get to kayo. Hiyo ugonjwa nasikia pia kwa news na huko. There is no measures being put in place to like quarantine them or something. So unajua kitu kai kitokea, you guys are told do this. And some DRC is just running in its normal ways. So guys, hi, tuko kwa giza man. Tuko kwa giza vibaya sana. Tumefungwa macho and there's a lot going on. So we don't know where to look, how to look at it. Our leaders kinda are not with us. They are not representing us at this point. So we don't know who to trust, who not to trust. So guys, hapa ndo nasikianga kila mtu anaenda tu na mambo yake. God for us all. Yeah.
Fellow Kenyan, if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself instead, because it's growing worse. It's really growing worse. I remember I've come across one of the daily newspapers and Ruto is boldly saying that, President Ruto is boldly saying that I allowed the Ebola victims to come to Kenya. Not even I allow the Ebola victims to come to Kenya. You know, this is somebody that maybe already he has a vision for us, you see. And maybe by him allowing the Ebola victims to come into Kenya, somehow he might be meaning good to the citizens. And we really don't need to be quick into judging, But for the sake of you, fellow citizen, keep yourself safe and remember, it's your battle you're fighting. It's not a government crisis. You see, it's your own battle that you're fighting. And I remember Monday the Laikipians had a protest.
They did.
I don't want to call it a protest because they engaged with the KDF, the KDF team, and it was just a verbal agreement between the two teams. Because I followed that very closely. I remember one of the KDF officers telling the rioters that, guys, you keep calm. Even to ourselves, we can't allow such kind of a thing in our embassy. You see, so hold on to your horses. We are working on that. Maybe it was just a motive.
That will not work. See, the KDF, the people, the army being involved there, si wanachukua direct orders from the president. Of course, you see, nie jeshi, you wanamtaga head of the army and commander-in-chief. So yeah, you can't really. Si unakumbuka hadi when people were protesting the other day, the other year, uko June. We saw the army waliachiliana polisi, and the police walisaidia, walisaidia watu, waliua. So meaning not all of them were in favor of what is being done, but they had no choice. Wakiachiliwa waende streets to protect pahali wataprotect. So if the president says ati wanafika, I don't think the army has a say unless they want to, I don't know,
abide by the rules.
We've seen various army officers throwing out the government, so it might be the first time. I'm not saying that's what we are heading up to.
In Kenya.
But the question is, can maandamano be a solution?
It is not a solution. It's not. Adi President Ruto did say the other day, ati, you making noise and shouting one time does not even do something to me. Like, it's not a thing. You guys are just making noise, wasting time, wasting your efforts, like frustrating yourselves, putting your life at risk. So it's not a solution. We have to come up with something more solid at this point. Because protesting, guys, imekataa. Hadi saa hii, there is no maandamano enye as solid as the one we did last year. People are not into it.
Unajua say people are saying 1 term, 2 term, then what?
Inaishia
tu hapo. I'm just hearing 1 term, then what?
To overcome the crisis, maybe according to you, what should we hold on to? Should we face the government directly? Should we just keep calm and mind our businesses? Or should we just try to speak out to the ears that are no longer interested in the hustlers? I remember the slogan back then. So what should be our remedy as a faithful citizens who are willing and very ready to abide to any government restriction?
Government restrictions
or guideline, let me say so.
They are here to stay, guys. Maandamano is not a solution. I don't know of any solid plan. This, no matter tunasema, okay, I do think people who are educated, lawyers and stuff, should take this opportunity, educate Kenyans, make them aware of their rights, stand for Kenyans. Honestly speaking, right now, sijui my rights that clearly, sijui what the government is doing clearly. So I think it's just Kenyans doing what they are supposed to do, being patriotic. If you are a journalist, do your best to bring light to the people, inform them of what is happening honestly. The problem is everyone in their field kuna corruptness, people are being bought. So kama unapata news zimetokea, we don't have the correct details. You have the resources to do that as a media house. And you don't do that. So as Kenyans, hatutajua nini inaendelea, but you guys know. But so you see, hapo ndo inaanzia. So I think one of the solid ones ni kila mtu afanye his or her part honestly, intelligently. People, the politicians even now are bold enough to say, like Karenyamu, I quote her, let me teach you how elections are won. Elections are not won by noise. In fact, the noisiest side always loses. So anajua hiyo kelele mnapiga, it is for nothing. It will add up to nothing. So yeah, I think we should do our own parts as journalists, lawyers, wherever you are, business people. Do vitu kama this I don't know, these deals that are being given out to companies. Ni kampuni hizi tu za Kenya. Ni sisi. So if everyone is spending for themselves, then we have no future here. Atuna, we can never make it. We can never make it do. Everyone is willing to be bought. Everyone has a price. Then I don't think we have anything over the government.
Share with us your mind on YouTube at Newsline Media, Facebook at Newsline Media Kenya. We are taking a break. We're just venturing into your comments. As I stated, this is the morning mashup with the Jeff and Nancy, getting into the last wee hours of our presentation. Sauti Sol, Lil Mama.
In a world driven by information, communication, and digital innovation, the demand for skilled storytellers, tech experts, and communication strategists has never been higher. From capturing compelling visuals to mastering the airwaves, from crafting powerful narratives to navigate in the digital realm, Newsline Media and Training Agency is your gateway. We bridge the gap between theory and real-world application, offering comprehensive programs designed to give you the competitive edge. Dive deep into IT solutions, become a captivating broadcaster, a compelling journalist, or a visual virtuoso in photography and videography, and gain critical media attachment experience. Our state-of-the-art facilities, combined with our passionate, industry-experienced instructors, create an unparalleled learning environment.
So my name is Brahma Lagina, and I'm an IT trainer at Newsline Training Agency. And what motivates me the most to work over here is the ability to see students transform their knowledge into practical skills. That by the end of this attachment that they have, they're able to use the skills that they've gained into the practical world.
Naitwa Lewis Mwiti na mimi ni mkufunzi ama ukipenda media trainer ndani ya Newsline Media. Media ni passion, media ni taaluma ambayo kweli naipenda, na wakati niko katika mazingira yake yani wanafurahi sana. Sasa hii inanipa msukumo, inanipa motisha kuendelea kufanya kazi ambayo inahusika sana katika Newsline Media, ambayo ni kushughulika sana na student ambao wanasomea masuala ya media katika wakati wao wa masomo ya nyanjani ama ukipenda attachment.
My name is Dominic Mwangi and I'm a media trainer here at Newsline Media and Training Agency. I love media so much and it motivates me because media defines who I am. It defines me, the work that I do. I love what I do and I have passion for it. And I also love giving out my knowledge. So that motivates me every day.
Okay, I'm Collins Tobiko, student from Mount Kenya University, doing mass communication. For the last 3 months I've been here. The 3-month course has been good. I've experienced a lot. I've gained a lot of knowledge here at Newsline Media.
I'm Zuhura, and I'm a managing partner of Newsline Media and IT Attachment Center based in Thika town, Zuhura Press. A Newsline Media and Training Agency was started out of passion to empower young people who had interest in media trainings and IT, whereby we do offer them the practical marketing skills. The reason why we started is because we noted that most of the students, whenever they are doing attachments, majority, I don't want to say all, but majority noted that they just do it because it's mandated from their school, just for them to graduate. And the bigger question was, what next after graduating? We noted that, I don't know whether you are aware, 60% the student graduates, they don't earn from their respective certification. Just because during their attachment period, they not cultivate. And you know the essence of the attachment is for the student to get their skills, network and exposure. And if you do for the sake of just graduating, there is a burden ahead. Because you'll not be in a position to network, considering you don't have the right skills. So we saw many talented youth struggling to find a place where they could gain a real hands-on skills and experience in media, journalism and IT, as well as computer. And we wanted to create an institution that focused on just not on theory, but on the practical basis, mentorship and real industry exposure. And that's why we are now both offering IT and media. Yes.
Are you ready to shape narratives, drive innovation, and make your mark? Your journey to a successful career in media and IT begins with Newsline. Looking for an attachment? Send your application to Newsline Digital TV at gmail.com or call 0742 577 038. We are also located in Thika, Zuhura Place, 4th floor, along Kenyatta Highway. In a world driven by information, communication, and digital innovation, the demand for skilled storytellers, tech experts, and communication strategists has never been higher. From capturing compelling visuals to mastering the airwaves, from crafting powerful narratives to navigate in the digital realm, Newsline Media and Training Agency is your gateway. We bridge the gap between theory and real-world application, offering comprehensive programs designed to give you the competitive edge. Dive deep into IT solutions, become a captivating broadcaster, a compelling journalist, or a visual virtuoso in photography and videography, and gain critical media attachment experience. Our state-of-the-art facilities, combined with our passionate, industry-experienced instructors, create an unparalleled learning environment.
So my name is Brahma, and I'm an IT trainer at Newsline Training Agency. And what motivates me the most to work over here is the ability to see students transform their knowledge into practical skills. That by the end of this attachment that they have, they're able to use the skills that they've gained into the practical world.
Naitwa Lewis Mwiti na mimi ni mkufunzi ama ukipenda media trainer ndani ya Newsline Media. Media ni passion, media ni taaluma ambayo kweli naipenda, na wakati niko katika mazingira yake yani wanafurahi sana. Sasa hii inanipa msukumo, inanipa motisha kuendelea kufanya kazi ambayo inahusika sana katika Newsline Media, ambayo ni kushughulika sana na student ambao wanasomea masuala ya media katika wakati wao wa masomo ya nyanjani ama ukipenda attachment.
My name is Dominic Mwangi and I'm a media trainer here at Newsline Media and Training Agency. I love media so much and it motivates me because media defines who I am. It defines me, the work that I do. I love what I do and I have passion for it. And I also love giving out my knowledge. So that motivates me every day.
Okay, I'm Collins Tobiko, student from Mount Kenya University, doing mass communication. For the last 3 months I've been here. The 3-month course has been good. I've experienced a lot. I've gained a lot of knowledge here at Newsline Media.
I'm Zuhura, and I'm a managing partner of Newsline Media and IT Attachment Center based in Thika town, Zuhura Place. A Newsline Media and Training Agency was started out of passion to empower young people who had interest in media trainings and IT, whereby we do offer them the practical marketing skills. The reason why we started this is because we noted that most of the students, whenever they are doing attachments, majority, I don't want to say all, but majority, we noted that they just do it because it's mandated from their school, just for them to graduate. And the bigger question was, what next after graduating? We noted that, I don't know whether you are aware, 60% the student graduates, they don't earn from their respective certification. Just because during their attachment period, they not cultivate. And you know the essence of the attachment is for the student to get the skills, network and exposure. And if you do for the sake of just graduating, there is a burden ahead. Because you'll not be in a position to network, considering you don't have the right skills. So we saw many talented youth struggling to find a place where they could gain a real hands-on skills and experience in media, journalism and IT, as well as computer. And we wanted to create an institution that focused on just not on theory, but on the practical basis, mentorship and lead industry exposure. And that's why we are now both offering IT and media. Yes.
Are you ready to shape narratives, drive innovation, and make your mark? Your journey to a successful career in media and IT begins with Newsline. Looking for an attachment? Send your application to Newsline Digital TV at gmail.com or call 0742 577 038. We are also located in Thika, Zuhura Place, 4th floor, along Kenyatta Highway. In a world driven by information, communication, and digital innovation, the demand for skilled storytellers, tech experts, and communication strategists has never been higher. From capturing compelling visuals to mastering the airwaves, from crafting powerful narratives to navigating the digital realm, Newsline Media and Training Agency is your gateway. We bridge the gap between theory and real-world application, offering comprehensive programs designed to give you the competitive edge. Dive deep into IT solutions, become a captivating broadcaster, a compelling journalist, or a visual virtuoso in photography and videography, and gain critical media attachment experience. Our state-of-the-art facilities, combined with our passionate, industry-experienced instructors, create an unparalleled learning environment.
So my name is Nagina, and I'm an IT trainer at Newsline Training Agency. And what motivates me the most to work over here is the ability to see students transform their knowledge into practical skills. That by the end of this attachment that they have, they're able to use the skills that they've gained into the practical world.
Naitwa Lewis Mwiti na mimi ni mkufunzi ama ukipenda media trainer ndani ya Newsline Media. Media ni passion, media ni taaluma ambayo kweli naipenda, na wakati niko katika mazingira yake yani wanafurahi sana. Sasa hii inanipa msukumo, inanipa motisha kuendelea kufanya kazi ambayo inahusika sana katika Newsline Media, ambayo ni kushughulika sana na student ambao wanasomea masuala ya media katika wakati wa masomo ya nyanjani ama ukipenda.
Finally, into the last session of our show, still the morning mashup with Jeff and Nancy, and here comes a rising story. Vijana, ingieni tupige gumzo kidogo, because we want to talk of something that After kupitia Tumaini, after tumeelekea Ebola, sasa it's a man talk, a teenage talk. Life before 30, expectation of an under 30, and what's expected of you perhaps 31 kuendelea. Nancy,
Yes.
a hint of the discussion kindly.
So the society's expectation before that. Hii ndio inakuwa ngumu juu sasa there are so many expectations. I think now,
first of all, where do you see yourself at 30? Give us a vision of you at 30 years old. We want to learn from your 30.
Where do I see myself? I see myself settled.
What do you mean by settled?
Stable. Settled and stable. You too. I don't want. I'm one of those people who I fear to speak out things like that. Juu sasa it brings up your hope. Na pia when there is hope, there could be disappointment. So at that, just simply saying, mimi nataka, I want to be stable. I want to have my own home. I want to have settled down if I am to settle down. You know these things are so subjective because with the time by 30 nitakuwa nimepitia mambo mingi hata sijui kama nitakuwa nataka vitu mingi which I feel right now are important, but then they might not be as important. But okay, hiyo tu stable, settled, hivyo glowing by the way.
Whatever you've said is a consideration that maybe everybody, actually there's a norm of somebody at 30. Somebody told me that life begins at 40.
I don't think so.
With life beginning at 40, and Manasseh can bear me a witness, it simply means you should be everything at 40.
At 40?
Yeah, you need to be everything at 40. Let me highlight myself. Because at 30, we are working towards chasing the bags. And they do believe at 40, you now have the bags with you. That's when you now want to experience the real life. Ukisema like, Diani comes your way. Ukisema like, I really need, there's no other invention that you should be making at 40. Because I really do believe we began with a lifespan of, I don't know, 120 or 140 or 200. But right away, we are talking of a 60 generational lifespan. Sijui kama mmenielewa. With a 60 generational lifespan, that simply mean ni ngumu sana. In this our generation or in the coming generation, you find a 60-year-old person. It's gonna be very tricky. So at 40, it's like you are living your last decade. Mnanipata? So you living your last decade. The last 38 or 30 years of your lifetime should be a sweatful year. With the life beginning at 40, you are now into your comfort zone. Expectations of settling and expectations of making the real self out of you should not be a dream at 40. Simply at 40, you should be living your dream. So nimekusikia, you have a very sweet, perfect dream. If I were you, I would have not been waking up. Because your dream is honestly visioning. But you've stated something that at 30, if you are to settle, you will be settled. That's a statement that you've said. Are you still giving settling an if?
Yeah, I am. As I have said earlier that if I am to settle, I'll settle. And then I said, by the time I am, hizo ni kama tuseme 10 years, 9 years to come, I'll be 30. By hizo 9 years, you don't know what they have in store for you. So it's an if. If I've settled, then I'd want to be settled by then. Can't I settled by then there is a very high chance maybe I'll not settle.
And why do people like fear failure so much?
Failure. What do you think?
Before we get into that, producer, you know, the common mwananchi, or back then in the village, they do believe a 30-year-old should be stable kila mahali. I'm trying to mean if it's a matter of relationship, you settled. If it's a matter of a family, you there, you see. And some other basic essentials, like kama ni career, you are perfectly stable in this your career, you see. And at 30, I think, in this generation, that might be quite young.
It is not young.
You living your pressure at 20-something years. Like you trying to knock. Kwanza in this generation, watu maliza shule at which age?
25.
25. Yeah. So do you think you can make it in 5 years?
I don't know, but there is a pressure
connection. We can even include forex in this discussion of ours. Can even make it in the next 5 years of after umemaliza shule. Tell me.
There are some people who
we have a typical level of kumaliza shule which is there. Sindio? Kuna advanced education and there's that normal that you feel like finally I'm out of education. So that's where life begins.
Okay.
At the moment it dawned into your brain that wewe sasa na shule umemalizana, that's when now you out to really face life. And typically back home, as long as that thing dawns in you, they do leave you in the hands of the world.
Okay, kwanza nianze ni kuniuliza, within 5 years, that's tough. Yeah, the industry that you're getting into is the experience in your 5 years. So hizo ni kama kutafuta experience in 5 years for you to get that position that you want. So 5 years, okay, logically speaking, practically speaking, inakaa impossible. But kuna watu wako na nyota. Ukisikia watu wanakwambia stay guided, we are not the same. Kuna watu by those 5 years akimaliza yako on, mambo yake imejipa kujipa. By the way, tunakaa nawe niko na visa hivi. Kwa mambo kama hiyo. So it depends on your background, vitu mingi. That's why nimependa vile nimesema the pressure. Ni pressure to make it. You saying life begins at 40. I think 40 utaposha choka. 40.
Let me ask, for instance, and Manasseh, you can be included in this discussion. Right away, let's say we are blank, financially, romantically, and any other thing to be included, family level. So we want to battle these 3 major things, you know. In the shortest duration that we have, we are eyeing a perfect 30, right? Of all these 3, and career wise, let me include that too, your career path too. Which one do you want to stabilize first? What's your priority, Nancy?
Career jamani. Career kila kitu. In this generation.
What if it delays? Does it affect the other remaining 3? You want to be employed in the next 20 years.
It does. Maybe bila hiyo, I feel like it does affect everything. Manasseh, what do you think?
I also agree with you actually. You still have to focus with your career. You ukishamalizana nayo, there are things will just come. What do you think?
I was raised in a generation whereby a family is prioritized. I'm not going against anybody's dream, but in one way or the other, you'll come to understand this. I've seen many people inside the big German machines that you guys are eyeing, closes themselves in and reading in tears. Do you know why?
Why?
You can't buy a family.
Sure?
And if your family, if you are having that a stable family, and there's that wealthy merchant somewhere, you are more rich than him. Do you know why? Career can wait. Sijui kama mnanielewa. I just don't want to discourage anybody, but career can wait. Are you there? You don't spend your 24 hours in an office even if you are a CEO. Am I wrong to say that?
Perhaps.
Even if you are your own boss, even if you're working with your own office, you can't spend your 24 hours in this office. There'll come a time that you have to decide on venturing back home. So you are at your 30, employed, in fact, as CEO, you've employed very many people. You see, without that family love, my friend, you're doomed. I don't want to discourage you. The 30 in you is concerned in stabilizing a career path. Sindio? So I really don't want to discourage anybody, but the correct instinct, and maybe with the time you'll get to know this and you'll get to absorb and digest this. Stabilize your background. Perfect your background. You see? And since Manase amesema ukiwa na very good career, the other things come by themselves. Let me correct you, my friend. If you have a stabilized family background, everything's come for themselves. Sijui kama tumepatana. I just don't want to end the show with a divided opinion.
This one we must agree. We must agree to disagree. Me, I think you are talking from a perspective of the older generation that was before us.
Some fact stands.
I don't think so. Okay, it's okay for you to, we all have our own opinions. As for me, I stand with Manasseh. Me, I think career comes first right here, because in this generation, the economy is not doing wonderfully. So you and me being romantic, it doesn't guarantee us a bright future, like I told you. But me having a good career.
What if career delays? Argue in that aspect. Maybe you want to be employed in the next 20 years. Tell me, you want to be employed in the next 20 years. Or you want to make it in the next 20 years. Let's include 20 to the 25 that you are as we speak. That's going to be 45 years, right? So at 45 years, Manasseh, your career is perfect. You see, can you catch up with the rest? I've seen people getting employed even at 70 and even 80, but they lack nothing. So tell me, you are now perfect at 45 years. Umepata kazi ndo hiyo sasa, wealth is following you. Can you catch up with the remaining essentials?
Yes, you can.
So you want to build a family at 50 or at 45 because you're now stable. That's all you wanted all along. You want to build a family at 50. Can it work?
It could work. I think we should end the show with leaving people to
give us their thoughts.
Give us their thoughts on that, because them, we can't agree on that. Me and Jeff, me and Manasseh, by the way, which team are you? Me and Manasseh, or are you with Jeff? Tell us what you think about that, and we'll come back to that in the next episode.
What a way to end our show, ladies and gentlemen. It was very nice hosting you this morning since the wee hours of saa tatu za asubuhi. Naona saa yangu inaniambia it's 16 minutes past 11. That's bring us to the end of the morning rush. We're gonna allow team behind the mic, hosted by King Manasseh and Natalie. They'll come here. How happy will I be if they begin from where we've left? Because I think this is something that affects everybody, not just the morning mashup team. So I'll be the happiest if I hear Team Manasseh and Natalie beginning from life or expectations of a life before or after 30 years. On the mic was Japheth Ogada together with the Nancy Wangari. Ya kesho hatujui, lakini yakifika kesho tutawajibika kweli kweli. Leaving you in the greatest hand of Natalie and King Manasseh. Until next time, fellow ladies and gentlemen, keep safe. Epukana sana na Ebola. Wakati wowote Ebola inadunda area, na vile vile kule Supreme Court kukitokea jambo watakueleza wenzangu. Langu mimi ni kusema goodbye.
Video. I've learned how to use a camera. We've been doing podcast, PTC. So yeah, Newsline imensaidia. And to anyone who is looking for attachment, as a kwambia kwenye Newsline is a good place. You'll be able to sharpen your skills. Yeah.
Christopher Ambua, a computer science student in Mount Kenya University, and currently I'm pursuing a degree in computer science in my 4th year. My experience here at Newsline has been great. I was actually doubtful when joining because there are some terms like